Welcome to Nicholas 11x12. Today I'm looking at the very budget-oriented mid-tower case, the Aerocool Aero-500. Now, as you may know, I've reviewed the Aero-800 and Aero-1000. By popular request, I guess now it's finally time to take a closer look at the smallest and most affordable one out of the three. Today I'll be testing the black or more gray version with the side panel window. This one currently comes in at a very attractive price point of only about $48 US. Thanks a lot to Aerocool for sending me this case to review. In the box, the case itself, and inside of it the user's manual as well as all the accessories such as screws, standoffs, a motherboard speaker, and cable ties. Now, despite this case costing only $48, I'm really finding the looks to be quite appealing. The Aerocool Aero-500 is available in black or gray, I guess, as well as white and with or without the side panel window. This case does come with an extraordinarily similar design to its larger brothers, the Aero-800 and 1000, but that's to be expected and we want that after all. But of course, due to the lower pricing, it's very visible. This is a tuned down version of the case series. Nonetheless, it looks stunning in my opinion. Fresh and minimalistic, and the side panel window helps a lot in fact. What I immediately noticed is that's a fairly small mid-tower case with dimensions of 20.3 by 50.5 by 43.95 centimeters. On the top, power and reset buttons, power and HDD LEDs, 2 USB 2.0 ports, 1 USB 3.0 port, headphone mic jacks, as well as 2 built-in fan controller channels with 2 switches here, off, low, and high. Very impressive. The top panel features a removable magnetic dust filter. We're also given the option to install up to 2 120mm fans or up to a 240mm water cooling radiator up here, with a max thickness of 39mm though. On the rear is a pre-installed black 120mm 1200 RPM fan. In the front, 2 5¼ drive bays that unlock with the usual latches. 2 is plenty. As expected, the installation of such drives is not toolless. The front panel comes off easily without any hassle and is equipped with a non-removable dust filter. Here in the front we can install up to 2 120mm fans. The side panels come off easily and surprisingly don't even have that much flex to them as I first expected. The Aero-500 supports standard ATX, micro ATX as well as mini ATX motherboards. Unfortunately, at $48, rubber grommets would be too much to expect, but at least we're getting a good amount of holes in the right spot for a decent enough cable management. The Aero-500 supports either up to 4 3.5-inch plus 2 2.5-inch drives or 1 3.5-inch plus 5 2.5-inch drives. More precisely, up to 3 2.5/3.5-inch drives, with the installation of 3.5-inch drives being toolless down here. Up there also is an HDD cage that can hold up to a single 2.5 and 3.5-inch drive respectively. The installation not toolless though. Also on the other side of the case on the tray, there's one more spot for a 2.5-inch drive. As you may can tell, there's lots of room for long graphics cards. To be exact, a GPU with up to 37.4 centimeters in length is supported without any problem. No need to remove any parts of the case to achieve that. The front panel cables unfortunately aren't all black, so we need to make sure to do an extra good job at hiding these to keep this system as good looking and tidy as possible. The standard ATX power supply gets bottom mounted and sits on these 4 steel feet here as well as a bit of padding. The case itself is raised by quite a bit to allow the PSU to breathe. 4 rubber feet and there's in fact a somewhat removable PSU dust filter. 7 expansion slots in total, which with the exception of the first one need to be broken out. And it looks like this is my only real complaint about this case so far, especially as someone that frequently changes out components and therefore new slots would need to be broken out. Due to this mid-tower case not really being all that wide, air CPU coolers with a height of only up to 15.5 centimeters are supported. Still, that's not too bad. Oh, and that's a very lightweight case, only weighing in at 4.9 kilograms. To give you a better idea on the available space, I've installed my ATX MSI Z97 motherboard into this case along with this fairly long graphics card. Fits like a charm. So the Aerocool Aero-500 did overall manage to impress me. Sure, it can't really score in all aspects, since costs simply need to be kept down at a price of only $48. But for that price, I was really amazed by how things are handled by the Aero-500. It supports a good amount of fans, even up to a 240mm water cooling radiator, comes with all the needed dust filters, a very decent amount of drives can be installed, also 2 built-in fan controllers, overall solid build quality. Additionally, a plus is the side panel window if you decide to go for that version, and last but not least, from the outside the case for sure looks fantastic and more expensive expensive than $48. Only very little plastic is used. The only thing I didn't like so much is the expansion slots that need to be broken out. Other than that, it's an amazing case. Nonetheless, the best $48 case I've ever seen and tested so far. Phenomenal price-performance ratio. So without the slightest doubt, I can definitely recommend the Aerocool Aero-500 mid-tower case. Needless to say, Gold Award. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and visit my website to sometimes see videos there earlier.